Welcome back to Norfolk Perspectives. And as I said, this is a show of history, and what better place to really commemorate and learn about it is in one of our top schools in the city of Norfolk, Norfolk Collegiate. And Scott Kennedy, headmaster for Norfolk Collegiate. How you doing?
Doing just fine.
Okay, whose idea was this, to have a whole series?
Well, it's actually one of our former teachers, Bob and Betty Jones. Bob is a professor at ODU for a number of years, and Betty was a longtime administrator and counselor at Collegiate, and she'd been talking for years about underwriting and sponsoring a lecture series. And we're very fortunate to have the Meredith Center, which gives us the perfect venue to have the series.
Oh, it's awesome. Now, who's the audience for this series?
It is everyone. Obviously, we are a school that wants to make sure that we are good community partners, so it's open to the public, free to the public.
Wait a minute, what did you just say?
It's free.
Cool. Okay. That usually catches everybody's attention.
Exactly.
You're joined by Paige Solomon and Judy Davis, both history teachers or teachers?
I'm a history teacher.
And I'm English.
Some people's two favorite topics.
Of course.
You have a red pen on you?
No, I don't, as a matter of fact, but green's my color.
Oh, green's your color? And Peggy Hale McPhillips can quote history just like that. Can you?
Yes.
What history do you teach?
I teach AP World History and AP Government, also European History.
Okay. So this series, what's it mean to you as a history teacher then, to be able to kind of bring it alive again?
Well, you know, I've got a great passion for it. Last year, I got a grant for the school to do a Civil War 150 series, and so I was able to bring in Peggy Hale McPhillips, in addition to some other local experts, Dr. Timothy Orr from Old Dominion,
Wow.
and Dr. Anna Holloway, with the who's done a lot of research on the Monitor at the Maritime Museum, and so that was last year. And then Betty and her husband attended all those events and really enjoyed them and wanted to kind of take that idea and run with it, and they sponsored this humanities series. And so we've had a number of us, Judy and Jennifer Sharrow, an art teacher at our school. We've kind of come together and knocked the ideas around and met with Betty, and so it's been a real coordinated effort by the bunch of us.
Because it's not really a matter of following a channel of that's the history and over here is English, because it really, the impact, as we talked in the last segment, the evolution of our society. And the idea that I love it. What better way to identify yourself but kick the pants off the person the country that created you. But it also is an evolution of our language.
Yes. Yes, and one of the things that inspired Betty and Bill Jones to fund the series was the fact that Betty was a longtime English teacher as well as counselor at Norfolk Collegiate. And in fact, they've dedicated the series to Louise Vermillion, who founded the humanities program at Norfolk Collegiate several decades ago. So one of the things Betty wanted to celebrate were those intersections of history and art and literature that those of us who spend time in schools see all the time, but to be able to bring those intersections to the community.
Okay, I got to ask you, what's the public going to get at 7 o'clock at night that the kids don't get in the classroom then?
I think one of the things that children enjoy so much is when they hear from somebody outside the classroom.
Well, I was going to say, I don't see any of your names down here.
But who's speaking to and extending for them what they've heard in the classroom. And we saw at our first lecture, they loved that as they listened to Dr. McGreevy talking about World War I and the art that followed, that they knew some of the things she was talking about and they could connect it. So we're hoping the same thing will happen with the Civil War piece coming up. And then in April, when we wrap up with Dr. Phil Razor reading some poetry from some of his recent work, including some poetry inspired both by World War I essays and by Civil War photographs.
Oh, wow. Now, Scott, how does this tie into what you're trying to accomplish with the school?
Well, as a school, as I've been on this program before and talked about our school as a community partner. So a big underlying point is to make sure that people recognize that Norfolk Collegiate and its programs are open, and we want to give back to the community that has been supportive of us over the years. So that's one. I think the other big component for our community, for our students, is to expose them. These are world-renowned, published authors and professors from UVA, ODU, and to bring them in, to expose them, and to have our kids listen to these lectures, which are they're college-level lectures. It really gives them a taste of the world in college that they'll experience pretty soon.
Okay, I'm going to switch gears a little bit on you.
Sure.
You kind of teased me a little bit.
Sure.
Because you really, a couple of years ago, reached out and built this state-of-the-art fine arts center just south of Ward's Corner.
Absolutely.
So now, if anybody hasn't been through Granby and Little Creek in the last, I don't know, what, 6 months or so?
That's
Maybe
right.
9 months?
That's right.
It's a different place.
It is.
So how does it feel to kind of be in the hub of all that activity then?
It's great. To be able to be, a small part of the revitalization of Ward's Corner. Obviously, we have been there on that site since the late 50s. We have been in Norfolk since 1948, and so being part of that and seeing that is great. It's great as a school. I think when our community saw us building it, the questions we were often asked is it going to be something for the city? And obviously it is. We said it was going to be, and I think by having a program like this, we're doing exactly what we said we were going to do.
There we go. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot now.
Sure.
Can I?
Go ahead.
You got Legacy of Appomattox, Civil War.
Yep.
Or the War between the states, or whatever we might want to call that. And Lee's surrender did, kind of what we talked about, evolution, that almost the British character, that dance during that was influenced by that, wasn't it? Quite a bit in Appomattox. There was the history. He himself, Lee, was following history in making history at Appomattox.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Well, Dr. Varon is going to be talking about the symbolism of the surrender and really the lasting impact. The impact that Lee's surrenders had on the rest of our history. So it's going to be fascinating.
Yeah,
she's a great speaker, and we're really excited to have her.
Looking forward to it. Now, this title gets me. War is war, sport is not. A reading. So is it a English translation?
We are so pleased that Dr. Phil Razor, an emeritus professor from ODU, is going to be able to join us for the last lecture in the series. As many in Tidewater know, he was one of the Muncie Wildcats on the team that the movie Hoosiers is based on.
Okay.
And he's written about that in books like, nonfiction books like his Outside Shooter, and in some of his collections of poetry, most notably Hoosiers. His newest volume, Headhunters, though, extends that work and also takes it in some new directions. Some of his newer work deals with some of the Civil War era photography of people like Matthew Brady.
Oh, cool.
He has some work that's inspired by some World War I essays. And the point that he's going to be working toward, we're hoping he'll appeal to our audience on two levels. On one hand, we have a basketball crazy school, and we know the students are going
I was waiting for somebody to bring that up, but
we know the students are really going to enjoy seeing this man who was a teammate of Wilt Chamberlain at one point
Cool.
in his earlier days, but also to be able to see how that interest in sport translates into poetry, and then to see how he extends and complicates the issue in talking about the difference between war and sport, given that sport is so often expressed with metaphors of war.
okay, I'm going to put the headmaster on the spot because they're famous for that. I got 5 seconds left.
Sure.
You make quick decisions.
Do my best.
Which one's your favorite?
Civil War.
On that note, when we come back, Double Dog Theater. Stay tuned.